All right. We should be live now. Hey, Shalom, Akim.
Hey, Shalom.
Shalom. All right, the great Millstone Atlanta camp. All right, here with another, spiritual lesson on so-called Thanksgiving. Before we get started, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, double honors unto the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well and push out this word at a high frequency. Peace and safety to the elect laboring around the four corners of the earth, giving all diligence to make the calling of election sure. And shalom to the sincere sisters. All right, this live stream, man, we're going right into Christianity. All right, we're going to expose you Christians for all the wickedness and all the atrocities that you committed throughout the earth during your rule, man. All right, you Christians are the bloodiest and the most violent religious in the world, all right, in history, man. But you Christians, you want to paint everybody else as if they are the biggest terrorists. You want to paint everybody else as if they are the worst people on the face of the earth, when historically, numerically, and statistically, you Christians have slaughtered hundreds of millions of people in the name of Christianity. All right? You've enslaved a whole race of people, a whole nation of people. You Christians, all right? You enslaved a whole nation of people, and then you fed them lies. You fed them false images, all right? You whipped them. You castrated them. You molested them. You committed adultery with their women. Poisoned them. You committed homosexual acts. And then the next day, you motherfuckers go to church. All right, so you Christians, man, you got a lot of blood, and we're gonna bring it out. We got articles and we got scriptures, all right, because Christianity, up under the rule of Christianity, millions have died, man. All right, so start with Ezekiel chapter 35 and 1.
It's Ezekiel 35 and 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord power came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir.
And who is Mount Seir? All right, Mount Seir is Edom. Somebody get Genesis 36 and 8 real quick. It will prove that, and then we'll jump right back to Ezekiel 35. Somebody get Genesis 36 and 8 real quick.
Genesis 36 and 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Seir. Esau is Edom.
Right. So it said, thus dwelt Esau in Seir. So go back to
Ezekiel 35 and 2. Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it.
Right, prophesy against Edom. Go ahead.
And say unto it, thus said the Lord power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee.
Go ahead.
And I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
Now, why is the Lord against Mount Seir? Because the violence and the blood that they committed against their brother Jacob, like it tells you in Obadiah. All right, you Christians want to try to hide, and you want to try to get away from the simple fact that you murdered millions of people. You can't get away from that. That's written history. That's in documentation. You so-called Protestants and you pilgrims, you came over to the American shores in the name of so-called Jesus. And then it go back to the Church of England, all right, which was a whole bunch of madness going on in the Church of England too, all right. And you sailed over here in the name of Christianity, and when you got here, you broke every covenant with the Native Americans, man. Leading all the way up until today, which is Thanksgiving. This very day within itself is a bloody day, man. All right, nobody wants to say anything about that. It's proven facts that Christians, the leaders of Christianity were deceivers and murderers. It's proven. Look up John Wesley, and all these other so-called Christians that started these different denominations of Christianity. All right, Joseph Smith. All right, all these guys are deceivers and murderers, man, and they own slaves. But we supposed to listen to that.
Yeah. Well, just like with the presidents and the American dreams. Because a lot of presidents own slaves, And they came also in the name of Christianity. All of them fell under a branch, whether it was Catholicism, which is, you know, it goes back to the Roman Catholic, which means universal. Because Christianity came out of the Roman Catholic and all these different things, you know, during the time of Constantine. But the true Christians and the original Christians are the Israelites. When you read that in Acts, did you finish the scripture that you had? You have something?
Yeah, it's some more to
Yeah, some more to that. That's why I'm going to where the Christians, Israelites name first Christians in Antioch.
Yeah.
Acts 11.
Yeah. Go ahead, Rob.
Okay, it says, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord power.
That's right. And this is going into Edom. But you Edomites, you so-called white people, you the ringleaders of Christianity, man. All right. Why aren't you Christians speaking out against Jennifer Hudson?
Right.
All right. Why don't you got anything to say about the bull crap she just pulled, man? All right. Because according to the Bible that you guys have within your churches, somebody that does that act should be cast out the congregation. And really, in the old law, should be put to death. You know? But you don't say nothing about that. You still gonna look at Jennifer Hudson as a black queen. You know? You still gonna look at Jennifer Hudson as a a devout Christian.
Well, she will be able to sing and perform at the BET Gospel Awards.
Yeah. Nobody has anything to say about these bad wenches in Christianity. All right, go ahead.
It says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord power, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
That's right. And you did all this bloodshedding under the name and the doctrine of Christianity, which is still being pushed out of it. But now you want to try to get away from your history. You want to tell everybody God loves everybody. If God loved everybody, why the hell would you killing every goddamn body?
Right. And Christianity on the whole was a religion that was given to them by, the natives had to get that Christianity, implanted on them. All these tribes had Christianity and Catholicism forced on them. That's why over there in Haiti, they, a lot of them embrace that, Western religion. A lot of them do voodoo. And if they're not in voodoo, then a lot of them is in Catholicism. Because that religion was forced upon them, just like the language. They speak what? Creole, because it was forced on them by the French. And they major religion is Catholicism. Same thing with us. Our major religion is Christianity, and our major language is English. Because the English, that was a major factor of control, was Christianity. And that's how it emerged. That's why Christianity has an origin of bloodshed, fighting Islam for territory and power.
Oh, if I can say this too, like brother said, Christians try to run away from the history. Well, the Spirit got announced where brothers are doing lessons on Edom, man. You're seeing several videos being posted about Edom. All right, linking it back to the Roman Empire, the Idumeans. Because the so-called white man likes to brag and boast about being the Greeks and the Romans. Yeah, we Greeks. See, but then when you link it to Esau and the scriptures and Edom, they don't want to deal with that history. That's a different type of person. Nah, man. The Spirit got to it. The history is being brought out on you devils, man.
Yeah,
well, to the facts, man.
Yep, and proven without a shadow of a doubt. Hey, you Christians go into the Herodians. All right, going to the Herodian dynasty. All right, going to the Seleucid Empire. Who were the men that ran the Seleucid Empire, or the Ptolemaic Empire? All right, who were all these different factions of Roman governors and leaders that came and destroyed the temple? Who was that?
Right, who was that?
Who was that? The siege of Masada. All right, the burning of Jerusalem in 64 AD. By Nero. Who are these people? You Christians, man, you got a lot to pay for, man. All right, go back to where you was at, Rob.
This is
verse 5.
Verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamities in the time that their iniquities had an end. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee.
And that's the message that we telling you. And you don't want to hear it. You could go around, you Christians could go around chanting and telling everybody that Islam must be destroyed and Islam they're violence and they're terrorists. But when it comes to you owning up to your shit, you don't want to. So what's gonna happen is blood gonna chase you, man.
That's right.
Like that what's the dude, the coyote chasing the road runner, man.
Yeah.
Blood gonna be on your ass, man. And you ain't gonna get away. All right? Because you Christians, man, you Christians killed millions, if not billions of people under your rule, man. Nobody says anything about these mass shooters that go around. These guys be Christians, man. These guys subscribe and they identify themselves as devout Christians, man. All right? So but then you want to turn around and say God is all love. All right? You hypocritical. You a hypocritical religious sect, and you are a terroristic cult, Christians.
Yeah.
You Christians are terrorists.
That's right.
You want to try to who did we kill? Who do we enslave in the name of Hebrew Israelites? Right. Who do we rape and murder?
Hey, even in the scriptures, there's certain situations where we did, it was our God-given right, according to the Spirit of the Lord. Like the Lord commanded us to receive that land of Canaan. So we had to fight and destroy the inhabitants of that land because it belonged to us. That was our plot, that the Most High blessed us to dwell in. But you Christians, majority of you Edomites, you conform with that religion, y'all destroy and take landmarks that don't belong to you.
Right.
Yep. And you democratize it, so to speak. You put your democracy, you put all your inventions and your whole spirit inside of it to the point, that's that wine where the scriptures speak about. You know, to the point where the people are so dull and idiotic that they don't even know how to rise out of the system, man.
Yep.
That's what Christianity is destructive, man.
Yep. Christianity is single-handedly the most destructive religion in the world. Yeah. Christianity. You Christians, man, got some nerve to be trying to deem anybody as anything that pertains to violence, man. You should keep your goddamn mouths closed, man. Right. But what's gonna happen is you Christians want to keep opening your mouths. The spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna make you put your foot in your mouth, man. Because we're gonna confound you Christians with the word, and we're gonna go into articles. All right, we got articles. As a matter of fact, let me read this real quick, man. I'm gonna read it real quick. All right, this is an article on Islam101.com. It says Christian violence in history. It says, I'm gonna just read the first part, and they got a list of a series of events. All right, but it says the horrible truth is that numerically and statistically speaking, Christian civilization is the bloodiest and most violent of all civilizations in all of history, and is responsible for hundreds of millions of deaths. Now, can that be proven? Yes. And we're going to prove it with the articles.
If I could add to that article you just read, you could actually throw in Islam into this talk of Christianity, because Christianity, Islam came out of Christianity. Right. All right. Islam is not a spin-off of what we are into. Islam is actually a spin-off of you Christians.
Trying to separate, that's Islam.
Yeah, you try to separate yourselves, but Islam came from was birthed by Catholicism. All right. So even the deaths and all of these terroristic attacks that occur by ISIS in the name of Allah. All right. All of that actually links back to you Christians, man. Because you charged up these people.
Yep. I'm gonna just read a few of the events in history, and then we can get into the scriptures. All right. Now this is the event. It's called St. Augustine's Cognate Intrare. And it says millions were tortured and slaughtered in the name of Christianity during the periods of Arian, Donatist, and the Albigensian heresies. All right. Another one is the Crusades. Another one is Europe's Reformation and Counter-Reformation era. 2/3 of the Christian population of Europe was slaughtered by Christians. All right. The African slave trade claimed the lives of 10 million. The colonial conquest. It estimates for the number of Native Americans slaughtered by the Europeans in North, Central, and South America run as high as 20 million within 3 generations. Now let's multiply that times 10. All right? Because we don't believe these numbers.
No, right, it's way more than that.
But it says the 20th century Western civilization took warfare to new extremes. And again, Bosnia, situations in Bosnia, it's all kind of stuff you damn Christians done.
Well, if I can say, when you push your when you're through your military, when they push the democracy around the world, they're coming actually in the name of Christianity. That's no different than what they did, going back to the 1600s with, and before with Christopher Columbus. It's the same. It was the same thing. It's the same thing all over again. All right. When you go over to the Middle East, what do? You push your Christianity that all people are loved and have equal rights. Yeah. So all of the folly and the wickedness around the world, like the brother's saying, it goes back to Christianity. Man.
If I can say, I think the brother's saying, man, Christianity basically in a nutshell is left-hand energy, man.
It's Satanism.
It's left-hand, Satanism, man. I believe it's the biggest religion in the world.
It is.
But yet the world is in the most demonic state, man.
Right.
There's no righteousness being pushed. The world in general is wicked, man. And Christianity is the top religion. So what does that tell you?
As the leaders, as the captain, so is the officers.
Right.
So that's why a lot of you people that's in the Christian churches is bugged out. Yeah. You got videos of women, they be in the Christian church twerking.
Yeah.
They committing adultery with the deacons and the pastors. They eating pork and shrimp, crab, and lobster within the congregation. But then when they come out flying out the lip, God love everybody. Yeah. But then the next day, you watching you same Christians, you watching Real Housewives of Atlanta, and you cheering on the fight.
Yeah. And that's why
you damn people are hypocrites, man.
Yeah. You got women preachers that like other women. Yeah, lesbian, and they so-called preachers.
There was a case here in Atlanta where there was a preacher out this way, I believe, towards Rockdale County, and it was I don't know the authenticity of the article, but I saw it where basically he was black preacher, gay, with a congregation.
Yeah,
and allegedly he got his keyword his husband pregnant.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And then the congregation walked out on this.
Yeah, they just had this article with these other 3 preachers that was involved in the sex trafficking ring, man. Because another thing with the pastors and the preachers, that's their front men, man.
Yeah.
A lot of pastors, that's why the scriptures speak of the setting as whorehouses, because they whore out the congregation. They whore them out of money. They whore them out of morals. They tell them don't keep the law. Yeah, that's why the scriptures speak of them as dumb dogs.
5 blessings.
Yep.
That's really what you think in the Christian church. You people, you go to church in the name of I'm gonna throw 10 on God and it's gonna come back and I'm gonna get 100 by next week.
Yep.
That's how you listen.
Quick investment.
All of us here, especially as brothers, I know you brothers in different southern states, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, Alabama. And we all grew up in the church, man.
Yeah.
We not that blatantly ignorant to what the hell is really going on in these churches, man. No. All right, we all can share. I know I personally can share some stories about some things that I done at churches that I'm not even gonna share on camera.
Yeah, I heard some stories.
Like this, we know what happens in these churches, man. I got a scripture if anybody.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if y'all brought it out, but this is Habakkuk 2 and 2 and 12.
Then go up to verse 4.
All right, Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith.
Keep going.
Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine.
See, now wine is also known as what? Doctrine. All right, philosophy, man. All right. So Esau transgressed. He really took over the world under the name of Christianity. And then after he because that is the biggest I eye catcher, so to speak, for lack of better words, is spirituality. When you come in the name of a spiritual form and you can convince people to live according to your spirituality, you conquer them.
Yeah.
You know, he's under your rule. And then because they've conquered this world through deception, spiritual deception, then they transferred it to monetarily, through money. Because now you own the people's mind, now you can ration out their resources.
That's right.
You know, so now you have the centralized banking. All right. And then you go from there. Then you set your military up.
And that's why the individual in Illuminati, I forget his specific name, but he said, I'd rather own the money.
Yep.
Because he who controls the money controls everything.
That's right.
That's when you get the control of the monopoly board, so to speak. Because it don't matter if you own the churches, you can get bought out and you can get destroyed through policies. You know who pay the politicians? The bankers.
Yep.
You know who controls the world? The bankers. You know who controls religion and actually does these different taxes of these different things? The IRS. And who does the IRS report to? The bankers.
Yeah.
Everything goes back to the specific family that's actually pulling the strings in the background, man. And that's who we're fighting against. That's why the scriptures speak about the stronghold. If somebody can get that 2 Corinthians.
That's right.
These demons that we actually fight against, we are fighting against Christianity, but on the wholeness, we're still fighting against Esau.
Yeah.
This Christianity and all these different religions are just extensions of the Babylon, man.
That's right.
Part of the system.
It's all part of confusion.
Yeah.
Because Christianity doesn't even make sense on the whole.
And you Christians are murderers.
Right.
I'm gonna keep saying that too, man.
Yeah.
All right. Because you wanna sit up here and try to, hey, your leader's a pedophile. Nigga, your leader a pedophile, nigga.
Right.
What about that? All right. Your leader is a pedophile.
Right. In all denominations of Christianity.
And it's documented.
It's documented. I think the big one that just came out recently was the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah.
How much money they put out on to hide they pay out
27 million?
Something like $4,000 a week or something like that.
There you come.
To keep hush money. The Catholic Church, I think they said is roughly $4 billion they use to hide the ill dealings behind the scenes that they do. This is documented facts.
Yeah. But nobody says nothing about that though.
That's what's them. They just gonna look at that.
If I could bring out a document,
Yeah, then brother like to have it too.
Yeah, documented fact. This is under the Cremus Sollicitationis. It's a Latin term, so excuse me for butchering it. Cremus Sollicitationis was a 1962 decree issued by the Vatican that laid out the procedure for dealing with the Roman Catholic priests who solicit sex from parish congregants during confession.
Yeah, if I could, the new pope, all right, which is the father of the church, as the world would like to say, he just recently came out and says he's an atheist. This is the type of confusion that comes from Christianity, Catholicism as a whole. Huh?
Yeah, because it's all deception.
Yeah.
Christianity, really, the people who are really behind it, they're Satanists. So,
Yeah.
they're just showing their hands now.
Yeah.
That's it. Satan's just showing his horns.
That's right.
Your people are just blind. But all these things are right in front of your eyes, and y'all still in it. Right. So it's the Lord.
But we don't have no decrees amongst our congregation of hush money to keep things at bay.
No,
like the brother's reading it to, man.
Yeah, kind of.
Says written in Latin, the creamer was sent to every diocese around the world, where it was locked away from all lies except for those priests who were commissioned with investigating accusation of sexual abuse by priests.
You Christians are nasty freak murderers.
Yeah.
All right, that's what you Christians are. You nasty, you freaky, and you killers.
Yeah.
And we gonna keep saying it, man.
That's right.
All right, because it's the truth.
That's right.
And if you don't like it, we don't care.
Tough titty.
All right, tough titty, said the kitty. All right, too fucking bad, man. You Christians are mass murderers, man. Timothy McVeigh.
Yeah.
This nigga was a bomber. I guarantee this nigga subscribed to Christianity, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the KKK, when they first established, they used to kill in the name of Christianity. They had actual Christian sects of the KKK. You don't have anything to say about that. You Christians are attaching yourselves to murder.
Yeah.
That's why the scriptures say he transgressed by wine. The wine that he used, the philosophy that's part in that golden cup, all right, that abominable ingredient in that golden cup is Christianity, man. That's one of the ingredients in there, man.
It's a hefty portion too.
Yeah, you got Asian churches, man. You got African
AMEs,
Methodists, Baptists, Episcopal, Protestant, Mormons. You know, all of these different Christian religious sects is the fornication of the whore, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's the fornication, the wine of the wrath of her fornication. That's why the scripture said in Habakkuk the 2nd chapter, he transgressed by wine.
That's right, man.
That's one of his strongholds that he used, man.
Right.
Was this Christian philosophy, and it got you niggas, man. And if you a nigga, then that's in the Christian church, the Most High Yahweh Shema Shai gonna start bringing judgment on you, nigga. You know, because we telling you, man.
That's right.
We telling you.
Yeah. You know, I can say before I left and I came over here, I was on Instagram and y'all know this Dottie, what's her name? Chinese Kitty.
Oh yeah.
So I was on her live, right? She's a real thought dot. So she went on live. I guess the spirit was like click, because I don't be clicking on that shit all the time. But then it was her and her family, a whole bunch of madness. And they were like, yeah, this is our last year celebrating Thanksgiving because it's pagan. And I'm like, see, you even got your local, your everyday hoes waking up to the fact that these holidays is wicked.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, this is the last year, it's pagan. We go on a cruise next year. But a nigga, just because of how wicked a nigga is, nigga like, nah, I gotta hit this dope one last time.
Yeah.
I got some information here.
That's holiday ham and shit.
It's an article, it's a wiki. It's Christian violence. It says J. Denny Weaver, Professor Emeritus of the Religion of Bluffton University, suggests as common examples of violence in Christianity the Crusades, the multiple blessings of wars, warrior popes, support for capital punishment.
Oh, Cesare Borgia's father.
Oh yeah.
The Borgia family, the Godfather, that's the first crime family.
Yep.
The Godfather, the series is based off of the Borgias.
Oh, yep.
Have none of you Christians, have you not watched the series The Borgias that was on Showtime? It showed you how vile the paper was, the Pope. All right, he was doing all kinds of papacy. He was doing all kind of wickedness behind the scenes. He was basically, he sold his daughter off to another kingdom.
Yep.
His sons were homosexual, sexual freaks.
Yep. They pay out the priesthood.
Yep.
They were poisoning each other.
Yeah, ironic how they got Caesar Borgia, the Pope South. He's like the image. Caesar Borgia. So yeah, right, Jesus, man.
Yeah.
What kind of demonic left-hand things are being pushed out?
Because these people are demons. All right. At the end of the day, you know, these people are. I got it, bro. You Christians. I'm gonna fix it. No, that's cool, man. Just keep it like that.
Okay, come.
Yeah, you know, you Christians are nothing but freak, nasty murderers.
Right.
All right. That's what you Christians are. You freak, nasty, and you murderers. A lot of you women in the Christian church is nasty.
Yeah.
A lot of you women are very nasty. A lot of you men are nasty. You got bad dietary habits. All right. You got bad hygiene habits. You women go around opening your legs to everybody, letting any and everybody hit. You know, every year you bringing a new husband to the congregation.
Right. Yeah.
You know, letting
The congregation still accepted.
Right. Yeah, then you bringing a new man to the church, a new member, and his simple ass got to stand up and announce himself as a visitor.
Yeah.
And not even knowing that she the deacon and pastor.
Yeah.
You Christians are freak nasty and you murder. A lot of you women that's in the Christian churches, they're getting abortions, man.
Yeah, right.
But you Christians got the nerve to try to come at us, man.
Right.
want to come down to the camps and say that we black identity extremists. We hate groups. Well, we standing for the truth, man. You Christians ain't standing for no truth, man. All right? You standing for bull crap, man. That's why the Lord gonna start bringing judgment on you Christians, man. And that's why we gonna keep exposing you, man. We gonna keep praying to Yahweh Shema Shai that he keeps speeding up the day on you goddamn demons out there. You know? Go ahead, Al.
It's corporal punishment under the guise of spare the rod and spoil the child. So they justify whooping asses, using the scriptures, which that's what Christianity does, is just use the scriptures to carry out its wicked acts. Okay? Justification of slavery, because they justified slavery.
Yeah.
Okay, Christianity justifies slavery.
Yeah. They push to forgive thy neighbor.
Right, forget about
take that out of context for everybody, for the bullshit they done did.
They say forgive thy neighbor, but then in the same breath support troops being sent overseas.
Yeah,
right.
Hypocrites, man.
Right. God, and man, so there's more.
And that's why, not to cut you off, excuse me, but that's why even in America, first they warred against the people, conquered them, then they set up churches and pushed that religion on. Because before they didn't even want them to read, they destroyed them and they actually embedded their culture inside of them. Which a major thing was Christianity. The Christianity these motherfuckers is preaching today, that same plantation Christianity. They get them nowhere. And it's the same Christianity these white folks is giving these niggas, and niggas is trying to embrace it, thinking they're gonna have hope. And you know, outside the spirit of the Lord.
If I could say something, just back on what the brother said, because you know how they set up the Christian churches and make you learn that. That's the reason we don't have to be in physical change anymore.
Right.
They already got those changes in your mind. Right. You know what I'm saying? And the slavery that Jake is in right now is that Christianity.
Well, they got slave scriptures. The slave scriptures been since that John 3:16 trickery. Yeah. That's some decade long shit.
Yeah, that's some real witchcraft.
It just shows you
John 3:16, Romans 12. What is that?
They don't want that.
Romans 10.
Romans 12.
No, Romans 10.
Romans 13. Romans 13.
Romans 10 too.
Yeah. And
Romans
there's
11.
neither difference between Jew nor Greek. Because they were saying that you niggas was the ones that was left out and you were the Gentiles, man.
Right.
When you were actually the chosen.
Yeah, right.
Which we would get that in Lamentations 5. Whoever had a scripture, you can bring it out.
We still got that Habakkuk 2.
Let me just finish up this. Just like a couple more lines. Also, worldwide colonialism in the name of conversion to Christianity. The systemic violence of women subjected to men, according to the view of many historians, pretty much that's pretty much the drift right there. But it says turn Christianity from a persecuted into a persecuting religion.
Yeah, now why
more persecution than anyone else?
Yeah, you Christians don't edify nobody. You deceive. You don't edify, man. You deceive. All right. You justify wickedness, man. You justify homosexuality. You justify transgenderism, transvestites. All right, adultery. It ain't gonna be nobody in this congregation that's gonna commit adultery and keep coming around.
Right.
Simple. But you still let your doors open to any and every goddamn body, man. You people got a lot of blood on your head. Let's go back to that Habakkuk 2. And then I got one right after you, bro.
Habakkuk 2 and 5, and it says, yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
Yeah, that's why you set out on your Christian missionary, your Christian missions, to deceive the world.
Right.
Go ahead.
Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell.
Right. And hell meaning death. Every piece of soil that the so-called white man has stepped on, death following.
In the name of Christianity.
In the name of Christianity, man. And democracy. All right?
Yep.
You know? Everywhere, man. You enlarge your desire as hell, man. You Christians still killing people, man.
Yeah, and they show you that in the movie Django.
Yeah.
When that crack was to the whip, that I think her name was JoJo. He had the testimonies of the scriptures written up, torn out the Bible and stamped on his chest.
Yep.
And it was basically, justifying themselves according to scripture of the things and the actions that they were doing, man.
It shows you that at birth of a nation too.
Oh, yeah. Show you the birth of a nation. It shows you that in a lot of movies, you know, especially slave movies. Esau will quote those scriptures for controlling us, man. When this is the book that's actually sprinkled by the, you know, where Yahweh speaks of, where we sprinkle, you know, to the blood of him.
That's right.
This is where our spirit lies, and Esau took this book and used the same book to control us.
Just
That's
like
why
the book of
another
Eli.
That's what I was going to say. Another major thing was the book of Eli, where you have this individual carnage, which carnage represents what? Death.
Yep.
And he wanted to take the spirit or the book away from Eli because he knew that it controlled, and he could control the world and manipulate the world according to the book. That's what he said. I need that book. But Eli knew that was the book of power. And that's why he had spiritual power.
Because he said, if the people will do what we say, once the words are from that book, because these words are powerful.
Okay.
You know,
Life.
they're life, yeah.
And you can use them and make them turn them into death too. Right?
Yeah, hey,
two-edged sword.
I got a quick precept. Then just to add to that, Habakkuk 2, because it say he enlarges his desire as hell. Now this is 1 Corinthians 15 and 26. The last enemy that shall be destroyed is death. Ooh. So Christians, when was death destroyed? And if it hasn't been destroyed, who is it?
Right.
All right. Well, now you got to link that up with Revelation, the 6th chapter. All right. And it links right up with Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. So you Christians are in a web. Now you starting to be shining the light that you have spun a web of lies throughout the world. All right. We showing the light.
That's right.
All right.
Can I get something for you?
Con, go where you was at. Then you bring it out. Go ahead.
Con. And cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
Yeah. And how did he gather unto him all nations? Started with Christianity. Now it's through technology. All right.
I was gonna say, because Esau's, see, like you low level devils, like the brother said earlier, we're not necessarily, you're just little bugs or little grains of salt in a way. So what we're dealing with the spirit of the wicked that's ruling, man. Because it's energy. Because like we just said, how did he gather all people? Through religion, man.
Yep.
That was how he did it. His goal, because through his goal, really, the elitist goal, which if you didn't get the memo, is he's gonna use all of these religions to disprove each other because they're already false. So that when he moves into his new world order, his goal through his new world order is to have one currency, one government, and one religion. And he's gonna show this is all documented knowledge. He's gonna destroy all these religions, and he's gonna push up one religion as it goes back to the Tower of Babel. Or Babel, all right? It's all making people one. And that's how he gathered all people, by making them one under what? His religion, Christianity.
And it was the same thing in Greece. Yeah. And it was the same thing in Rome.
That's that power order.
Yeah, that's like
Babylon
is Babylon, which is where we are. Confusion, which is where all this is gonna go down. This is where Christianity was. This whole land that we live on was pretty much conquered in the name of Christianity. That's right.
Yep. You had that precept, Costco?
I got like an article.
I'll bring that article, bro.
I'm about to show. Can you read that word enlarging?
Yeah. Who enlarged his desire as hell?
Okay. This is I looked up the word pilgrim, and this I'm just gonna jump to a point and then link it with another article and make it switch. It says the colony was established in 1620 and became the second successful English settlement in North America after the founding of Jamestown, Virginia in 1607. The Pilgrim story became a central theme of history and culture of the United States. Okay, so in school we learned about the Pilgrims and that they came over in the Mayflower, right? Okay, so I looked up the Mayflower. It says African slavery should be part of the Mayflower story. New England was built on slavery through its trade with the Caribbean. Okay, it says the Mayflower colonists' journey and 1620 has been remembered over 4 centuries, while most others have been forgotten because it was founded of New England. The 13 states that formed the original USA grew out of the New England states. However, though, the Mayflower
that was New England, which was the colonies that Esau colonized. You know, taking them from the gas, so to speak. That eastern territory with Virginia,
New England, New Hampshire,
New York, Georgia,
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
However, though, the Mayflower
and that's why they have the 13 feathers on the dollar bill, so to speak. Where they got the eagle that's holding those 13 feathers. Because Esau works on the left-hand side in numerology.
However, though, the Mayflower passengers formed a colony that established the beginning of the New England colonies. It did so because it failed to reach its intended destination and become part of the Virginia colony. By 1620, Virginia was already importing African slaves. In other words, the Mayflower passengers set out intending to become part of the colony already involved in African slavery.
And that's why this whole eastern strip where we live on, Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, South Carolina, North Carolina, man, this was filled up with blood, man.
Oh, man.
There was so much import, so much labor intensity, slavery, you know, and you can still really feel the energy in the South, man. That energy didn't go anywhere. You go to certain places in you know, South Georgia, different parts of Georgia, man, you see them crackers got that same slavery mentality.
Yeah, go to Cummins, Georgia. Yeah, go to Cummins. You'll see them Edomites do not. Hey, if they see a so-called black man, you know, hey, they trying to see what's going on, man. You know,
If I can make a quick point,
Go ahead.
because you know the reason I brought out those articles, because you learn all up in school about the Mayflower. And Mayflower was a slave ship too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what we're reading in Habakkuk too, because you know they were already doing slave trade. You got to remember the sub-Saharan slave trade. They already had slaves in England or where in Europe, all over the place, and they just brought them over here and established that. And I was just going to get a quick scripture and Nahum. This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city, it is full of lies and robbery.
Okay, my bad, brother. The bloody city. Hey, EJ Love. What is the bloody? Who is the bloody city? Is America a bloody city? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Answer it. Is America a bloody city? Was America established on blood? Is America continuing to thrive off the blood of other people? Yes. All right. Without you know, people dying, you wouldn't have no medical industry. The medical industry thrives off death. That's why they can harvest your organs.
That's right.
They can donate your organs and shit. All right. They want to kill you and they want to make millions off of these particular organs. They want to poison your food so that you can go and get hooked on a pill or a drug so that it can continue to bring you back to spend money so that you can die.
They don't cure, they treat. And I have another question for you, PJ. Go ahead and look up what is manifest destiny. Okay, what is that? Okay, look up the Louisiana Purchase. What came out of that? The Trail of Tears. Look that up too. You can't sit here and tell me that the so-called Native Americans, Negroes, and Latinos aren't the people of the Lord, man.
That's right.
Okay,
We suffer the curses.
we suffer the curses. Our blood was shed on this land, a land that was already ours anyway. And we occupied this land until y'all came in and took the land. Again, it says, "Woe to the bloody city," which is Babylon, which is AKA America.
It's not the Vatican either.
It's not.
Monkeys on the YouTube name, man.
It says it is full of lies and robbery. Y'all robbed this land. Y'all robbed the people who had this land. Y'all robbed the people who were in Jerusalem. And then put them on ships and brought them to this land and told them lies.
Yeah.
That's why it says full of lies and robbery. They prayed, the prey departed not, man.
Yeah.
So EJ,
which we are to pray. And we haven't departed out of his land. Even Esau set up certain things, you know, pseudo images of us, you know, basically getting out of the land. But Esau can't get us out of the land. He doesn't want us to leave this land. You know, like the brother had brought out how in Africa they have what is that? Liberia, which is supposed to be a liberation for us to go back to so-called the motherland. But who's financing these things? Just like with Marcus Garvey. When Marcus Garvey had the ships and the the transportation to get back to the land, what they did, they blackballed Marcus Garvey and sent him back to Jamaica.
Well, look at the so-called Mexicans, Issachar, right? You know, really, y'all don't want the Mexicans to lead this country, nah. All right, because you know that it's bad for business. And that's another cut. The Vatican is not fucking Babylon the Great, man, because there's not a bunch of people in one area where they would stop them from going out of it, man. They don't want these Mexicans to leave America.
Right.
Because who's going to do the jobs they do?
Well, is not Babylon known as a merchant city?
Right.
The Vatican in Rome and Italy their economy is weak.
I think Vatican is actually the smallest city in the world. Yeah.
You know,
the smallest country. It's the smallest country in the world.
The Vatican is it. You guys are simple. In Revelations, it clearly says that Babylon was decked in gold and arrayed in the fine linen of purple and scarlet, right? Meaning it's a glorious kingdom, all right? And it's known as what? The merchant city.
That's right.
Who trades with the Vatican?
Right. Show me a shirt that you wearing that was made in Vatican.
So explain to me Revelation 18, Jay.
Yeah, you got
is that into the niggas saying that who said that? Fucking
Shot trial.
Which they so I guess that relevant. Is Revelation 18.
Yeah, they're just trying to stay relevant.
Yeah, that's what it is. Well, that's just back what the brother said right here. It says, based on landmass, the Vatican City is the smallest country in the world, measuring
the great city.
So what you're going to speak about all these missiles. Why does the Mossad use all these missiles to destroy just the Vatican?
Yep.
You go there and match. You like match it is over, man.
He did. And you throw a rock. You throw a rock into the Vatican. All the citizens coming out bleeding.
And why would, like I said, thy mother shall be confounded, and everybody gonna aim missiles at the Vatican. If everybody was aiming missiles at the Vatican, you know how many different areas would be destroyed over there, right? And besides Italy, that would destroy all of basically Europe, man. That doesn't make any sense. So you telling me Europe is going to be destroyed now? Because America, for the landmass, majority of it is going to be destroyed, just according to the scriptures. Right. The place that we was thrown into captivity, and that's not Europe, man.
Right. Slave ships going to the Vatican, dropping off Negroes and Hispanics.
Right.
It was sort of slavery in Vatican City, man.
Man, these dudes is finished, man.
Bugged out.
Go ahead.
Revelations 18:5. For her sins have reached up unto heaven, and the Most High has remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled to her double. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her.
And that's clearly talking about America. That's not talking about the Vatican, man. All right. Now you got to understand that this is a beast system,
right?
So this is not entirely about a landmass, all right? But this system is thoroughly ran throughout this country,
right?
America. This is this America pushes the vibration of the system of the beast. And this is the horde that's riding upon the beast. Now you have certain what's the word? Allies, all right, that make up the beast, because the beast had the 10 heads with the seven heads, 10 horns, Salaki. So it's and that goes into NATO. But the horde that rideth upon the beast is America. And that's the whore is the great city Babylon. It tells you that. All right. The whore is the great city, which is America. All right. Everybody, the whole world knows that America is a great nation.
It's a superpower.
It's a superpower, man. So you trying to you guys are nothing but bootleg Christians.
There you are.
That's all you dudes are.
Really, it's your fault. It's your fault through the reincarnation that we're dealing with this asshole EJ, man.
Yeah, because niggas created Christianity.
Because niggas created Christianity, man.
That's the truth. Now Christianity coming back, the same bullshit doctrine that you niggas created came back and kicked you in your ass, man.
Yeah.
Up under the same doctrine you created, fast forward, it got millions of you killed.
That's right.
Yeah. Idiots.
I got a bunch of big soup head niggas at a table divides Christianity.
Yeah, sitting at the table with big pink soup crews, man, blowing, big pink fat lips, man. Go ahead, Al.
For she said in her heart, I sit a queen, and am now widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire.
That's right. Now, why is America in such a panic when it comes to nuclear weaponry? Why are they trying to neutralize all other opponents' nuclear weapons? Why ain't the Vatican taking those measures if they understood prophecy? All right, you would see all kind of measures being taken from the Vatican to go around and stop all these other nations from launching their missiles. But because the elite know the prophecies, and they're putting all that energy into America because they know that America is Babylon the Great. You simple pea-brain niggas, standing out wherever you at, they know what you're saying is bullshit. That's why they ain't worried about you. They just gonna roll on you and put a fat bullet in your head, man.
That's right.
All right. They ain't worried about you niggas, man, because they know what they looking at you niggas like, nigga, thank you.
Yeah, Esau knows where he getting punched from, man.
Yeah, kind of.
He knows who's lighting his ass up, and you niggas, man, you niggas is throwing raisins in a fruit fight, man.
Go ahead, Barzal.
All right.
I got one for you after that.
Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord God who judgeth her.
Yeah. So why, if the Vatican is the city, the Babylon, all right, then that means majority of the Israelites should be over there, right? And they should be receiving salvation. A bulk of Israelites should be receiving salvation out of the Vatican, right? But that's another topic for another time, man. Because we gonna break you niggas down too, man. Yeah. All right. Because you guys are just your guts is spilling out right now, man. You can't hold water. All right. You've hewn out waters in broken systems, man.
You in a sunken place, man.
You in a sunken place, like the brother said, man. Your vessels can't hold water. All right. You a dog that returned back to his vomit, man. All right. Is there some more to that, Barlow? But no, I got some.
Well, yeah, that's the main point. But I was gonna say, in the verses down, it speaks about the different things which this merchant city Babylon hold. It speaks about cinnamon, frankincense, and matter of fact, I'm gonna read a little bit. Verse 12. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all thyine wood and all manner of vessels, ivory and all manner vessels of most precious wood and the brass and iron and marble.
Yeah, iron, steel. Mm-hmm. Steel imports is major here, man. Those the Chinese import most of the steel that we get here in America comes from the Chinese.
Yeah.
The fine linen, all right. Like if you look at like if you got a little bit of money and you can get like a nice cashmere sweater. Yeah. Cashmere actually comes from goats that are only native in Iran. All right. So how the hell are all those that's imports? That can only imports is something that comes to you.
Yeah, port it
in. All right. America doesn't produce any of that stuff. All right.
And cinnamon and odors.
All these spices. Look at our grocery store. When we go in the grocery store, shit. Half the damn spices we eat is fake.
Artificial.
It's artificial. That $3 can of pepper you're using is not real. That big what's the one with the little girl, the umbrella salt?
Morton.
Morton. That ain't real salt.
Yeah.
All right, saffron. All right, all that stuff. That's all imports that has to come here. That's why I spoke up a little bit about a famine. How's that famine? That famine is gonna come in because no exports is gonna come in here no more. Yeah. What you think all these sanctions is about? Right.
Cutting it out. Yep. Cut off. And odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil.
Wine. When everybody thinks of wine, what do you think of? Italy. Right. Up until recent years, yeah, you get a lot of wine that's produced within the country of America, but that's recent, very recent. All right, it's very recent. This explosion of wine that's coming from Washington and Maine and California and Washington. All right,
it's mainly Cali. And then Wi-Fi took out a lot of that too in North California.
Leading to that famine.
That's right. And oil and fine flour and wheat and beets and sheep, which Esau is deficient in that too. Yeah. That's why even the meat that we eat, that's not even it's a percentage of meat, but it's cloned. Yep, it's cloned and then it's mixed with plastic and all kind of artificial. All that garbage that Esau is collecting, he's using it, man.
Yeah.
Nothing goes in the trash can in Babylon. It's going right back down to citizen store.
Oh yeah.
Whatever he's pissing out, shitting out, throwing it in the trash can, it's recycling. Yeah. That's why it's called a recycle. Where's all this plastic and all these things in the trash can we throwing through the what do they call it? Not a depository, but basically where it actually crushes. They dumping it and they're recycling it and they're crushing it up and they're actually using those fragments towards something, man. Whether it's glass, they compartmentalize these different things and they recycle it back in the system.
Esau is the remix king.
Well, yeah.
Even the water you drink and the water you bathe with is recycled.
Yeah.
So when you pee in the toilet, you probably taking a shower with that too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You gotta get out of here, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
And you know what? In another thing too, Esau is wicked because it's the same way in a natural concept, but with the natural, it's actually designed to be really pure in the spirit. Because they've done this with trash. We had trash in the ancient world, but we were, certain plants, or if, like banana peels, for instance, you would eat the banana and you would throw the peel away and it would actually decompose in the earth.
Yeah, compost piles. Yeah.
Compost, that's where you get compost. And even with your bodies, human bodies, which is the shell of your spirit after you actually go to the heavens, you actually took the body and you would put it back in the earth because it would decompose. That's where you get
return to the dust.
Return to the dust. That's where you get fossil fuels from.
That's right.
Because it actually fuels the earth in a natural way. But Esau, his artificial intelligence, it destroys the earth. Esau is the destroyer, and he's the harbinger of death, man.
That's right. And nobody want to say anything about that. Everybody wanted Christianity is the way. The Jesus Christ died for every. What in the hell? You know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ died for everybody, but then you going around killing everybody, goddamn body else.
Yeah, all this wickedness going on. Yeah.
Right, all this wickedness, all you military, you Navy SEALs, you people that's in the army, in the military, all you people are Christians, going over there blowing kids up, raping women. All right, forcibly imposing democracy on people's countries,
Stealing their resources.
stealing their resources. You people that's doing that are Christians. When you come back to America on break, you go to church and you worship these Christian days. So, what are we lying, or are y'all just butt hurt that we bringing it out, man?
Are y'all not like praying over some ham right now for Thanksgiving? Are y'all not like there with a whole bunch of vulnerable foods? Also y'all celebrate Veterans Day, push that pray for our troops spirit. All that is part of pushing on that genocide vibration. Y'all just bow your head and say like, pray for our troops. Your troops are killing people, with no cause. They just over there for what? Really for the drugs, the opium, and the oil, all the natural resources. It has nothing to do with nothing else.
Yep.
And y'all just bow your heads and pray in the name of Jesus.
Yeah.
You know, because all y'all care about is that your dad comes back or your man comes back home.
Yeah.
He's bugged out. If you're a nigga in 2017 in the army, you're bugged out. You're bugged out.
Yeah, and the Most High gonna destroy the army. The Most High gonna do Yahweh Shema Shai. He gonna destroy the American army. He gonna destroy the American Navy. He's gonna destroy the American Air Force. He's gonna destroy all you different military sections.
Yeah.
All right. All you people are gonna be destroyed by the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. And we can't wait, man. All right. That's why the scriptures say, speaks about the men that sigh and cry for the abomination. Right. It's like we understand that these things gonna happen, but sometimes we like, God damn, it gets vexing, man. Like the scriptures say, they were vexed day to day from their sinful deeds. You people want to sit up here and paint this image about us as if we just the scums of the earth and we've committed terrorist attacks and atrocities, but nobody says anything about these religions that you subscribe to. Right. What about you dudes on the west side of Atlanta, man? Subscribing to Islam, then speaking about the law of necessity. Well, you can go and rob and you can go and eat pork and you can go and do all this because that's when the law of necessity kicks in. Yeah. The law of wickedness.
Yeah, right.
That's what it is, man.
It's all about justifying being wicked. It's all about justifying being wicked. I saw that little tape and that dude said, yeah, well, if you're jammed up on this, you got nothing to eat and they give you pork, you might have to eat that pork. That's why it comes back to.
They didn't do that in the Maccabees.
Yeah, right. It's about the elect of Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Yeah,
because we're gonna have a level of faith where we're not gonna let something as small as what you didn't eat in 2 days trip you up to go be sitting on there. You sit on there. What is the Lord's necessity? Where's that in the scriptures? What is that? Y'all just pull shit out of your asses and y'all just going with this whole God love everybody spirit and I gotta do what I gotta do. Y'all into your own scripture said, lead not unto thine own understanding.
Yep, and that's what you people are doing. I got something real.
A little bit more
okay, go ahead.
And sheep and horses and chariots and
cars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, in America. Yeah, in America, man. You people look down if you drive American made.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. The goal is to get a foreign car.
All right, foreign.
A Lexus, a Mercedes. Yeah. All right. A Honda. Yeah. Nissan, Toyota. I mean, nobody's first choice is ever a Ford unless it's a truck.
Yeah, right.
You're a worker.
Right. Right. In Chevrolet, China have so much percentage of the Chevrolet now.
Them American companies, they're not even American. Yeah,
they outsource.
They're outsourcing. The American car people really kind of might fuck with, so to speak, is the Cadillac.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because that is kind of really kind of luxury vibe to it. Yeah. And Jake like that big luxury. Jake is flashy.
And really, Cadillacs ain't good cars, but
engine wise, they're terrible cars. But other than that, man.
Yeah, you got some more?
A little bit more. And slaves and souls of men.
Oh, so
slaves and souls of men. Right. Go ahead.
Well, what about that, man? America is known around the world for slavery.
Sex trafficking or child trafficking. I think that's the number one ring that Esau has illegally, man.
Yeah.
You got gun trafficking, drug trafficking, and
sex
trafficking or child trafficking. But those two are kind of interchangeable. Those are highest percentage rings, man. I think number 2 is drug trafficking. Then you got gun trafficking, arms trafficking, man.
Even that imports drugs right here in America. All the drugs that are here in America aren't produced here, man. Cocaine is not made here in America. Heroin is not made here in America.
It doesn't supply the vessels to bring them over.
Yeah, it's imported, man.
Yeah. Once you control the borders, you control what goes in and out.
Right.
That's right. Okay. And the world is given into the hands of the wicked, and the wicked people, they push Christianity.
Right.
Which all of them are really behind the scenes. They're vampires. They're demons, and they really into satanic It's really a whole bunch of satanic bullshit, man. Christmas is satanic, pagan. Thanksgiving today.
Yeah.
You know, all these things are wicked, and they all push through the Christian church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They all push through Christianity. Well, they use Christianity as a veil, so that they can stay in the background and do all their wickedness.
Right.
You know?
My mom called me this morning and told me to come to my brother's house because they was decorating the Christmas tree before they have Thanksgiving dinner at 3 o'clock. Totally off. Total you know. Then Thanksgiving is celebrated a different date in Canada than it is here.
Yeah. October.
So come on, it's October.
Because it's more money. Because it doesn't make sense out of the same day.
Right.
Because there gonna be people as simple. I'll have it over here,
right,
and I'll have it over there,
right,
and they push it. They got all that.
Right,
man.
It's confusion.
It's just madness. Y'all Christians are, man.
And then the people in Canada don't celebrate it how they do here in America. You know, because I got a friend that and talked to him yesterday. It's not as big as it is here in America. In this punch bowl, America, Babylon, man, really, we exposing it because we want the elect to come about this bullshit. So we can get up out of here. You know?
Yeah, I got something real quick. Revelations chapter 6, verse 4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. Now this is fulfillment of prophecy. This is the blessing when the blessing was fully given to Esau. All right, because the scripture say power was given to him. All right, and when you go back to Genesis the 27th chapter, the blessing was that his dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and by the sword he shall live. All right, so this is when that door of Esau's blessing was open. So you can't say that you devils ain't been putting shit down since you've been in rulership.
In short period.
Right. Like y'all putting shit down. Y'all fucking up the air follicles. Y'all fucking up the ocean. Y'all fucking up land. It's all kind of endangered species. You know,
the animals are literally running from y'all, man.
It's crazy. It's crazy the amount. It's crazy the amount of damage that you people have done in the name of Christianity. But everybody still want to pump love out of. You Christians have never showed love, nigga.
Well, look at the little girl. The girl wears it. That's locked up for killing the guy that basically bought her and was raping her.
Yeah,
she's doing a life sentence because she was a sex slave and she fought back. I bet she, when she went to the courtroom and she went onto the stand, I bet they made her swear on the Bible.
Right. Yeah.
But here it is. You got her wrong, which we know through the Spirit. The scriptures tell you that nobody's perishes being innocent. So we not no this ain't no free that bitch. I don't care about it. All right, but in reality, it's about the principle about it. All right, because at the end of the day, like we say, we not gonna lose sight about some pawns in the matter of going to the other side of the chessboard and meeting up with the elite.
Right. Well, you gotta. Well, more than likely that we don't know one of the whoever she shot. Who he was, because
he was an Edomite.
Yeah, he was an Edomite, meaning like you don't know who's he connected to, because that child trafficking ring is a big deal. It shows that and taken. They got very powerful men that buy kids and they have them as sex slaves. They have hundreds of kids that they go and they pick from, and they're like, I want him, and they switch.
You never know. She probably killed the Judges Connect.
Exactly. So she's probably in there. Exactly. Yeah. And that's why she, so the message is, at the end of the day, don't fuck with this. Like NAMBLA, man. They got NAMBLA out here. Yeah. National Boy Love Association.
And that's investments that these different individuals don't see, man. Because you got overt investments and you got covert investments. When you go into them rings and them drug trafficking rings, people invest in those, man.
Yeah.
That's why when you watch those gangster movies, majority of the people they have in their back pocket, it's the politicians, man, and the religious leaders. It's called the pastors, judges,
Elaborate some of it.
I was gonna say those type of things, like the brothers going into and the selling of people, drugs and such. That's called imperial commodities, man. In these countries, they make a lot of money. You think Esau is not gonna make money off of drug selling, the selling of people, the illegal side, the black market? He makes his money. His desire as hell. You devils have no morality when it comes to getting your paper, man. You taught niggas how to be hustlers, man.
Yeah, because like so-called white man, the so-called white man is a nigga first and foremost. This nigga, he sells death. This nigga makes money off of death, man. How do you set up an establishment where you can actually become a millionaire off of debt? This nigga sells debt.
Yeah, it's really clever.
Like, this nigga is crazy. But everybody got something to say about the Israelites. Because we proclaim our heritage. We've done the research. All right? We can prove it without a shadow of a doubt that we are those people through prophecy, through history, and archaeologically.
That's right.
But people mad at us because we want to say that we the chosen people. Nobody has an issue when the Khazars say it, when they go and circumcise. You fucking man. I'm trying not to get mad, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish the scripture, man. I'm gonna let y'all brothers take it over. All right. It says, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword,
which is destruction, man. And that's why another ring that Esau has his hand in is the science ring, man. Where Esau creates all these artificial drugs and all these different artificial diseases that he pumps inside of the masses of people, man. In these different areas, man. The population. You know, that's why you have in Georgia the CDC, which they come up with these different diseases. That's why cancer is a disease that can't be shook, man. Because it's so spliced and it's so intricately designed that a lot of people don't know how to cure themselves. It was created in the laboratory, man. A lot of these advanced STDs,
it's called chronic disease. And I was just reading on that. As of 2012, over almost 230 million people in America suffer from at least one chronic disease, man. And all chronic diseases are avoidable. So damn near, they say it's about 300 so million people in America, and over 200 million of them are diseased and sick.
And this is a society that's based on death, man. All right, they literally make money off death. They sell you death in the stores. They fuck the air up to when you get older you can't breathe. Then they sell you air. Bottled fucking air for $10,000. Yeah, that's how they make their money, through death. You know, they pump AIDS in people, and then they have something to try to neutralize the actual disease. Without death, this man would be nobody.
Cigarettes, you kill. I saw this quote: tobacco companies kill their most loyal customers.
Oh, well, actually one of the sponsors of Marlboro. One of the sponsors of Marlboro, he died for cancer. He had an image of him, you know, being slumped in the bed, and he was the representative. You know, he always had that cool cigarette pick. You know, Esau, the most loyal customers, the ones that actually backed him up. That's a byproduct of death.
You know how much? Do you Christian devils know how much money you've made? Billions of dollars off abortions.
Trillions. You sell the bodies.
Yeah, look into all you brothers, when you get a chance, just type in the abortion clock. And just look at them. They show you actually the number is going up right now on abortionclock.org. You know, they show you the abortion within the black community all the way from 1973. They tell you the amount of abortions that happened today to today, that happened this year, that happened this month. You making millions and billions of dollars off of death, man. I'm gonna jump down to verse 8, then I'm gonna let y'all brothers get some precepts and wrap it up. All right. Verse 8, Revelation 6:8. It says, and I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death.
That's Esau. Esau, that pale devil, man. that actually takes the light out of the earth, man. It takes the essence and the spirit out of this place. That's why even in today's society is becoming unknown or strange, eccentric for a man to holler at a woman, man. You know, because all these different other alternatives that Esau creates makes the natural way of living weird, man.
Yeah.
It's becoming a norm because the people been so desensitized to really get with fucking transgenders.
Yeah.
Men to date transgenders to walk around and shop and use the same bathroom as regular men.
Men becoming women and women becoming men and dating each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Just utter confusion.
It's a new couple out called a throuple, and basically it's two homo men. It's called a throuple. It's two homo men.
No shit like this.
You know, it's two homo men, and they added a third party. They married, and then they added another person to their relationship, and it's a woman. So it's basically a woman is in a relationship with two things. And guess what they call it? They call it extreme love. But then when they look at us, because we may want to have two women. Right. You're polygamist.
Yeah.
You're a sicko. You're a scum of the earth. You got you people, man. You people out here don't know. Man, the Most High is gonna bring some judgment on you people, some serious judgment, man.
Hey, real quick.
Go ahead.
So we talking about planned, abortions. So I decided I was like, let me see what Margaret Sanger's religion was.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Bring it out, brother. Bring it out, but I can hear this.
And I'm pretty sure you brothers already know.
Yeah. Well, let's tell the world.
This is for the world. It says Margaret Sanger. In this book written by Bob Berry, No Gods, No Masters. Now I'm gonna skip down to the point about it. It says, among traditional pro-life, she's a pro-life Christian. That's what Margaret Sanger was.
She's a Christian.
So she stood for Christianity. She was pro-Christianity, and she stood up with, basically all the principles, so to speak. Which in the religion of Christianity, there are no principles. Because they believe that you only have to keep the law. They feel like the scriptures in the New Testament, the Old Testament has been done away with by the blood of Jesus Christ. And that's why that whole thing of Christianity, that whole religion, is bottoming out, man. Yeah, it's because it's evident that it's a big scam that was used, to basically steal the dollars of the citizens, man. Because here it is, the people work, Monday through Friday. Busting their ass 40, 50 hours a week. They get paid Friday, they bullshit Saturday club, and they gotta pay tithes Sunday.
Yeah.
So it's a financial cycle that this government has these people in. They got them on a spinning circle, man. A hamster wheel.
Was it some more to that album? All right, let me finish this because we gotta get ready to close it. Yeah. It says, and hell followed with him, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword and with hunger and with death and with beasts of the earth. So Esau even makes money off of starving people, man. All right. He is the harbinger of death, man. All right. And he did it all. It all started through the guise of Christianity. Now we lying. Prove what we saying is a lie. E.J. Love and Geno Jennings and was Gene Kim, G-Man, all you guys that subscribe to an idea where it's been millions, Jesus the Word, it's been millions of people that died under the religion that you deem to be sent by the Most High. All right? Anybody have a precept?
Yeah, I got a precept.
Go ahead.
This is Ephesians 6 and 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
Christianity is a principality, man. All right, it's a way of life to you people, man, and it's the wrong way of life, man. You Christians give women too much of a podium to spew out madness. You Christians you push women's liberation. All right, women, you got women up there preaching, shaking their asses, on the podium and don't know what the hell they talking about, man.
Yeah, and that's the reason why fucking Christianity is the funnest religion out of all religions, man.
Yep.
Because fun goes back to distraction. Because what you doing in Christianity is bitches there, games, food,
Puppet shows.
It's always a modeling contest, dance contest,
talent shows.
Yep. You get
arts and crafts,
sponsorship, social life,
field trips
for daycare.
Oh, they put the
all these different things come with religion.
Yeah.
Basketball league.
Oh, basketball.
basketball.
They put the workout gyms.
All these things come with Christianity.
They have
fish fry.
Like Thanksgiving now. Christians go mayhem on Thanksgiving.
So big fat nigga woman in the kitchen, with a wig hanging off the side, niggas some damn fried catfish, man.
man, you know
Give it to niggas, man.
You know they fucking the damn the smell leaking up to the pew.
Hey, when I was growing up in one of the churches, see, and like we were saying, like we not. Listen, we know Christianity.
Oh yeah.
All right, I was there.
Yeah.
Okay. Like the brother was saying, one of the churches, you know, like they were saying, man, when men reach about 40 and newly divorced, you got they too old to go to the club, so they go to the church.
That's right.
That's where they go find the honeys.
Yeah.
All right, they go to church to find honey. So one church where my father, newly divorced, was looking for a honey, carrying us on his weekend at church. One of the churches he was going to, they had a goddamn restaurant down the it was fucking Big Red's barbecue.
That's awesome.
In the church, like you leave the
Big Reds.
It was called Big Red's barbecue.
That's awesome.
So you leave the auditorium area and you walk down the hallway. It's a big red nigga with freckles, barbecue and all kind of shit. Man.
Slap off.
But that's normal. Like I said, I go like when brothers say you talk about Christianity, I can go until next week with stories.
Yeah.
I was in there.
Funnest religion on the man.
And in the midst of all that fun, all right, there's no edification. They don't in the Christian religions, all right, they don't tell you how the order of a child. They don't tell you the order of a woman, the order of a man, the order of a you know, even within the congregation, the leaders, there's no order within that. You know, you got little kids in the congregation, snot running out their nose, crying
underneath the pews and shit.
Yeah, crawling up under the pew, running up and down people sleep, little kids and shit, running up and down the aisle, ripping pages out the hymn book.
Hymn book.
That's what,
Them hymn books is awesome.
You Christians, Christians is a big comedy, man.
Oh shit!
You know, let's get this right. Because you know it's funny, man. You know it's a funny thing.
It says against spiritual wickedness in high places.
And that's all the things we yanking down. No, you go ahead. But I was saying that's all the things that we yanking down. All these different lies and the amusement, the distractions and the entertainment that comes with these fucking shenanigans of these religions, right? It's all goddamn malarkey, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Look, hey, Jake in the Christian church, you know, grabbing the hymn book out the back case.
Yeah.
Writing Jamal was here.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Christianity is a big joke.
Oh, they take that one black woman in the church to stand up. They start clapping on slow and shit, and everybody got to pop up.
Yeah.
And then you the only one sitting there, your mom and dad looking at you like, just stand up.
Yeah, then the pastor make everybody in the congregation pray.
Yeah.
And then, you know, everybody's kneeling down praying. You ain't listening to the prayer.
Yeah.
You Christians Christianity is a big joke, man.
It's a big joke.
It's a big joke, and you Christians are nothing but mass murdering freaks of nature.
And that's why we're mocking it, man. We laughing at it because it's a big joke. There's nothing serious about it. This right here, this is solemn. This is serious.
It's right, serious.
You know? Yeah. When you think about us, you think about us being militant, man. We fighting for a cause and a purpose.
Right.
We know that we have a mission at hand, and that's where we're unifying ourselves. It ain't about money. It's not about the masses. It's not about what the public thinks is right or wrong. It's about what Yahweh Shah wants on earth. That's right. That's why we send up the prayers thy will on heaven as it is on earth. We're doing his work on earth. We're actually taking up the ministry, bearing that cross that Yahushua, died on.
Right. Yeah, and we're doing everything. Doing everything. Thus said the Lord. Thus, what I think and how I feel. That love. Everything is thus said the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That was. I mean, I could.
Yeah. I was just gonna land back on what the brother said. Christianity is a joke. It's all fun and games. And but this what we're doing is solemn, meaning like serious. That's why the scriptures in Hebrews it says, "You have holy brethren, partakers of the heavenly calling." So this is coming down from our power, the real power source, Yahweh Shai. This is a serious thing. And also in there it says, I think Hebrews 3:1, it talks about the heavenly calling and the high priest apostle Yahweh Shai. He's the head of our occupation. And that's why I said 19:13, he gave to the 10 servants, he gave the 10 pounds and said, occupy till I come, man. You ain't gonna bullshit on your job. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna work. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna be serious about it because you don't want to lose it.
And you Christian don't got a serious bone in your body.
I got a whole bunch of funny bones.
Everything is fun and games, man. Y'all into a bunch of bullshit. Christianity really pushes you back into the world and pushes you to go work on them dumbass jobs that y'all think are gonna take y'all somewhere. While the truth and the word brings you out of that world. Takes you out of that work, and but it starts with your mind. It's a mental work. Y'all people are bugged out of your minds.
Yeah, so you Christians, man, just keep drinking your Diet Coke and watching Channel 2. And we're going to keep chopping away at your religion, man. All right, so we're going to go ahead and close it out, man. We're going to close it out by giving all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua.
All right, double honors unto the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Amen. Peace and safety to the elect. We're going to keep breaking down Babylon day by day, man, minute by minute. We ain't gonna let up till we out of here, man. Shalom to all the occupants.
Shalom.
I put most of this in.
Keep drinking.